Hi, and welcome to my video on creating a complete WordPress website backup using Backup Buddy. As you can see, I've got a nice little sample website here I've set up pretty much just for this video and a few others I've sort of worked on. So let's just cut to the chase. First thing we've got to do with Backup Buddy is actually got to install the plugin. So we're going to go to Plugins, Install Plugins. We're going to go Add New up the top here, Upload, choose File. I'm going to choose Backup Buddy, hit Open, and install now. As you can see, the plugin is now installed and we're going to activate it. So now the plugin's been activated, you'll see there's a Backup Buddy menu item down the bottom here. So we're going to go up to Getting Started, Quick Setup. As you can see, we've got an email address here, and we're going to give our backups a password just to protect our information, just in case someone else gets their hands on our backup file. And we're going to actually create a local backup. So as you can see, we've got a local only. We can choose a few different options here, but for now we're just going to start. We're going to back up our website, and we're just going to not going to set a schedule, which we can quite easily do there. We're just going to get stuck into it and create our backup. So first step is we're just going to create a backup that we can access. So I've clicked this button, Save and Make Your First Backup, and as you can see, it is working away at creating the backup on the server. So at this point, you basically just got to sit and wait for Backup Buddy to do its thing. It's pretty cruisy. You've got a log here if you want to see what's going on, but it doesn't take very long if your website's small. If you do have a larger website that you've been running for quite some time, this probably isn't something you want to sit and watch. As you can see, we can now download the backup at any time. So that's pretty handy. Straight away, we've got access to our backup and we can keep it on our local computer just to keep it safe. So the next thing we want to do, say we want to download the backup, we can actually click on that. And we're going to start downloading. The next thing we want to do is just in case we do need to use that backup, is head to Restore Migrate. As you can see, we have a thing here called Import Buddy. So we're going to click on that and actually download Import Buddy. This is a script that allows you to restore your website regardless of what happens, and we've got the option to give it a unique password, but we're just going to use the password that we put into the quick setup area. So we're just going to leave that blank, click OK, and we're now downloading Import Buddy. So we've got a backup on our website and we're also saving that backup to our computer. As you can see, my bandwidth isn't very fast because I live in Australia and this is just not a very fast internet connection. But we're going to head down. What we're going to do while this is downloading, we're going to actually create a backup on a remote destination. So what a remote destination is, we just click there, is basically an account that is away from the website, away from our computer, and is a bit of a second option for our backup. If this whole server crashes, we've got a backup saved on our remote destination. So when you actually purchase Backup Buddy, you get the Stash account, which is 1 gig of free space, and that's very handy, and it's pretty much built for this program. You also have the option to add certain other services like Amazon S3, Dropbox, Rackspace, an FTP server, that sort of thing. So you've got a fair few options there, but for now we're going to actually add our Stash account. As you can see, I have to enter my iThemes username and password and click submit. So I'll just do that, but I'm just going to skip ahead. So for privacy reasons, I don't want you to see my username and password. So there you can see we're logged into my Stash. So I've actually got some other websites already backed up on this account. So you can see it's already used a pretty decent chunk. For now, I'm just going to keep the destination name as my Stash. I've got a database backup limit. Now that's how many, I can actually back up my database separate from the complete website. The complete website does include the database as well, but this is a quicker backup that will more easily back up sort of more recent text and posts, that sort of thing. So I'm just going to make that say 4 backups and maybe 3 full backups, because if you obviously want to have at least 1 or 2 full backups to rely on. So as you can see, I've got the destination here. We can just simply add the destination. Destination added. We now have the option to back up to that remote destination. So from there we can simply go to backup again. And just so things go quickly, we're actually going to do a database only backup. So we're going to send to remote destination, click on Backup Buddy Stash, and click database only to back the database up to my Stash account. As you can see, the backup is now complete. So we basically now have a backup of the database, although we can do a full backup, but this is something I recommend doing, obviously not in this video because it does take a bit longer to do. We have a backup on a remote destination, we have one on our website, and also we've downloaded what we need. So we've actually got our website pretty well covered in terms of backups. So the other thing is we also want this import buddy. What happens if our computer crashes? We don't have a copy of that. We'll head back to restore and migrate. And we can send import buddy to a destination. So we'll just click on that. Send it to the Stash. And we now have import buddy sent to the Stash. So everything we need is backed up in places we can get to. So as you can see, it's dead simple to have everything backed up. But this is all very hands-on, what we're doing at the moment. So what we want to do is, now we've done all this, we want this all to happen automatically. So we actually got the option to schedule our backups. So we're going to head down to scheduling, and we're going to call this one, we're going to create a database backup. And we're going to run it we're going to run it once a week. And we can add a remote destination. Backup buddy Stash. So as you can see, we'll actually back up the database. I'll spell that properly. We can back up the database to our web server and also to our remote destination. Quite simple. We add that to the schedule. And here we have it. That's going to run once a week automatically, and I don't have to touch a thing. So, but now we want the full website to be backed up. So we're going to create a full backup, and we're going to run that monthly. Because it's a bigger backup, we don't necessarily have to do it. You can do it as much as you want. You can do it hourly if you want to, although I wouldn't recommend it. Daily, maybe, if you're really full on, you want to protect your information and files, that sort of thing. So you can do that. Add the remote destination again. And as you can see, we can add the schedule. So we do want to enable that. Add new schedule. As you can see, we've got an error here, which I'll just skip past. We're just going to leave that blank for now. Or actually, we'll set it to, say, the 12th. Add new schedule. We now have 2 enabled scheduled backups, and these will run once a week and once a month automatically. So you can now simply set it and forget it, and then if your website ever goes down, you can access those backups. So that's pretty basic, pretty dead simple. All you need to know how to do now is how to restore the backup, which is pretty easy. There are a few ways of doing it, but we're going to look at what I reckon would be probably the easiest way, which is by uploading the files to an FTP server. So we'll just move on to that setting next. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take that backup buddy upload we created before and actually upload it onto another server. So this is on the original server at the moment. What we're actually going to do is, using an FTP program, we're going to upload to our new server. Now you'll notice I've got over here import buddy and the backup, and over here is actually where the new server is. There's no WordPress installed at the moment. You can see it's all pretty straightforward. So I'm just going to basically select these 2 items and right click upload. I'm currently using Core FTP, which you can find online. I think it's coreftp.com. So if you want to grab it from there, that's pretty handy. Okay, so I've just skipped ahead there a little bit, just to give the FTP program a few minutes to upload. But you can see we've got import buddy and the backup website now actually on the server. So we're going to go to the second website, which is testsite2.designwebidentity.com/importbuddy.php, which was the name of the import buddy file we uploaded. As you can see, we've been asked to put the password in that we declared when we first set up in Backup Buddy. So I'll just type that in. And now we can start the process. So as you can see, basically all the instructions are on screen, so it's pretty straightforward, but we will go through it just so that way you have an idea of how the whole process plays out. So as you see, we can choose a backup here, which is actually give you a bit of information. This is actually on our server, so yep, we're going to choose that backup. We can also go to stash or even upload a backup, so that gives you a few different options there. But for now, we'll just go to next step using the current selected backup on the server. As you can see, the files are fully extracted, so we now click the next step again. And also our URL is here, so it's automatically discovered the address of this website and put that in there. If you're uploading to a different domain like www.mysite.com or something like that, you would put that in there, and that sort of thing. So once again, you can choose what you want to call your domains, obviously the domain name, password, that sort of thing. I'll show you this just for the sake of the video, but this website won't be staying up, so you can then test the database settings. Overall success. We just click on next step. As you can see, initial database import complete. Next step yet again. Everything is really simple, easy to do. It all pretty much happens for you. Okay, so it says here, verify the site functionality, then proceed to the next step. So we can actually click, open a new tab. And as you can see, our site is now ready to go. The files have been cleaned up, everything's been deleted, and now we have a fully functional WordPress website on a completely different server. Well, in this particular video, it's actually on the same server, but a different location, in exactly the same way we would put it onto a different server. So, yeah, hope you find that video informative. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to jump onto Facebook at facebook.com/designwebidentity and ask me any questions you want there. Otherwise, you can get more information by heading onto our website. We have a write-up on this, www.designwebidentity.com/backupbuddy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.